All right, what I wanted to do here, the goal of this video is just to show the power of artificial intelligence and some of the tools that have been released within the last few months. I think a lot of people have seen how artificial intelligence can change art. It's all over Instagram. People morphing their faces or creating crazy art using AI, artificial intelligence. What maybe hasn't made as much of a splash is its ability to the content, the written content that it can create. Recently released, or actually it's been released for a while, but ChatGPT um, did an upgrade, and this upgrade was released about mid-December. ChatGPT is artificial intelligence that has been created by a company called OpenAI. OpenAI also created DALL-E. DALL-E is the artificial intelligence that's used for art, for creating a lot of crazy art or a lot of those artistic photos that you're seeing all over Instagram. ChatGPT is used similar to instant messaging, but instead of talking to another person, you're talking to artificial intelligence. And what I wanted to do to show how ChatGPT can be used and how I think it can be benefit of somebody who is, I mean, it can be a benefit to anybody, but I think specifically I wanted to take a use case for somebody who's thinking about starting a business. So go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it, I'm going to ask it a question first. I'm going to ask it what what goes into a business plan. From there, it's going to go ahead and it's going to provide an answer on what sections go into a business plan. So it tells me that I need to create an executive summary, market analysis, product or services, a section that describes those, marketing and sales strategy, management and organization, financial projections, and then appendices. So from there, I'm going to say, I am starting a business. Let's say we're starting a business coaching. I don't want to say business coaching business. Let's say we'll call it career coaching. A career coaching business. So I'm starting a career coaching business. Write section 1, which is the executive summary for this business. From there, it's going to go ahead and write that executive summary. Career coaching is a new business that aims to help professionals identify and pursue their dream careers. Our team of experienced career coaches will work with clients to develop customized career plans, provide guidance on resume and cover letter writing, and offer support through the job and interview process. So it comes up with an executive summary. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to do the exact same thing, except I'm going to tell it to do it for section 2. So I'm just going to copy and paste and change this. Section 2. And it's going to create the content for the market analysis. Then one thing to say is this is going to be a draft, right? Like it's coming up with some numbers like the market is expected to reach 11.3 billion by 2027. ChatGPT's information isn't always accurate, so it still needs a pair of eyes to review, if these answers are going out to a client or if you're going to use this to submit it to a bank. This would only be a draft, but it saves a substantial amount of time in having to create this content. Or if I didn't know how to create a business plan, it's actually, where I might have to hire somebody or spend hours reading a book to create a business plan. I can just go to ChatGPT, and in a few minutes, I already have the first 2 sections of my business plan created. So I'm going to go ahead and skip around a little bit. So I would do this. I would continue to do this for each of the sections. So I'd say, write out section 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and skip and see what it comes up with for financial projections. Write section 6 for this business and provide an example of the income statement, cash flow, and balance sheet. Let's say that I'm not I don't really know what those things, I mean, like I have an idea and I've heard them thrown around, but I'm not sure what that would actually look like in a business plan. I can go ahead and tell ChatGPT to provide an example. Obviously, these numbers would change, but it says revenue of 100,000, cost of goods sold 20,000, gross profit, and so it actually starts to come up with the different parts of an income statement. The nice thing that it's doing too is it's making these projections on a year by year basis. So I have year 3 of my income statement, year 2 of my income statement. Now it's providing me a balance sheet. And then it's going to come up with 3 years worth of cash flow statements. So just like that, I could go just like that. I've started to create a draft of a business plan, and so that's part of the power of ChatGPT. Let's say that I needed to create a proposal for a new client. Say, please create a proposal for work for a new customer. And just like, let's see what it comes back with. Uh-oh, it's thinking hard. I like the way it starts. In order to create a proposal for work for a new customer, it's important to understand the needs and goals of the customer as well as the scope of the work to be performed. So it gives that caveat, and then it actually creates the letter. And I'm not going to read it out just because I get tired of reading. But it's come up with it. It's came up with a new proposal for a new customer. So we're providing a career coaching business, and something, I just kind of came up with that off the top of my head. One of the things that it said it offered up here under the executive summary is that provides a cover letter. We provide a cover letter and offer guidance on resume. I'm gonna try something out as an experiment. This client is looking for a job as a project manager in software. They have 5 years of experience as in project management. And I would provide more information about this particular person, but just for an example and for the sake of brevity, create an sample resume. So let's see what it comes up with. For the summary, it says motivated and detail-oriented project manager with 5 years of experience in software development, proven track record of delivering project on time and within budget, strong communication and organizational skills. And then it starts to give previous experience. And, it's really bare bones with I just gave it a little bit of information, and it's gone ahead and provided me with a template. Imagine if I gave it more information. For example, at the project manager job for ABC software company, I managed a team of 10 developers, and we created a new product for the company's SaaS stack. Can you please add that in? And just like that one section, okay, so it didn't necessarily, did it get it? Yes, it did. So this section is the one that it rewrote, not the assistant project manager, which that's my fault. I said project manager for ABC company when it was actually project manager. The project manager was at XYC. So then it actually rewrote most of the experience. Managed a team of developers in the delivery of multiple software projects, develop project plans and schedules, Doesn't say anything about the new product, does it? Assisted the project manager in the delivery of multiple software projects, including the creation of a new product for the company's SaaS stack. So I could continue to do, you can see it remembers context. So I could continue to feed it additional information about this person and this new business that I have as a career coach. And I could actually, I've gone out and I've created a proposal letter for a new client. And now I'm actually starting to create those deliverables just for fun, create the cover letter as well. Dear hiring manager, I'm writing to express my interest in project manager position at ABC. And it starts to give me a draft of the cover letter. Now, obviously, this wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to create the products for every type of business. If you're a restaurant, Chat GPT isn't going to create the meals, although it could create, maybe could help with the recipes. But just wanted more than anything, I think the goal is to show how powerful this tool is. Let's switch gears a little bit and say, I need to create a marketing site. I will use HTML and CSS. Please create the .index. Oops, actually it's going to be index.html file and include information about the services offered, the team, and about the company. So from there, it's going to go ahead and actually start to generate code. This is HTML, which is going to be the content that is on the website. So you can see what I can see from here is it's actually adding some information about the services, and it's listing those services out as a bullet. It's giving some information about the team. Now, as I stated before, you want to tailor, this would have to be tailored, more specific to my situation. So John Doe, Jane Doe, and Bob Smith isn't going to work. All right, so it's created the HTML site. Let's see if this actually works. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this code. Go ahead and come over here, clear all this out. So this is what it provided. I'm gonna go ahead and say run. All right, and so now I have the content for my website. Let's go ahead and create, let's actually style it. Let's give it sleek, vibrant. Can you please create let's do this. Create a styles.css file that gives the site a sleek, clean, and vibrant look. So now it's going to go ahead and create the CSS file. I'm interested to see what it comes up with, what its interpretation of sleek, clean, and vibrant, what that's going to be. So now, it's created, we started out creating a business plan, and we created a sample letter for, soliciting new business from a client. And now we're actually going ahead and creating the website. Yeah, that's everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Go ahead and clear this out. Ooh, actually I need that. think I need some of this. Maybe not. All right, let me try to run this. Yeah, something's missing. I thought something might be missing in here. What is it? Okay, let me try that one more time. Hmm. So it's not always perfect. I don't want to get too much in a rabbit hole and try to troubleshoot this on. Um, so let's do this. Oops. Let me try this. Yeah, now I'm not sure. Well, in short, I think kind of accomplished. Let me try one. Yeah, I've accomplished what I wanted to. I could troubleshoot this and probably find out, but find out what the root issue is. But for the sake of making a video, um, actually, I can show something. Just because I ask ChatGPT something and it provides me an answer, doesn't mean I have to go with that answer. I can actually go back. So unlike real texting, where once you send a text, the other person's got it for better or worse. You can actually change what you IM ChatGPT. So I'm going to tell it I want it to create that code um, that can used with the index.html file you created above. I'm actually going to reference the code that it created, or the code that it provided up here, to see if that might be the issue. And while it's typing all that out, it's not just HTML that this knows. The other day I was using it to write some Python code and test an API. Actually, the API that I was testing is OpenAI's API, so that I could actually do um, calls to ChatGPT and have the responses come back within an app that I had created. You can see over here from some of the titles. One day I was asking it about the meaning of life, coping strategies for depression. So yeah, there's a lot of things that this one, belated birthday, somebody had sent me a long email, and I used ChatGPT to quickly create a response because because I'm lazy, that's why. I didn't feel like spending a bunch of time coming up with a response to this person. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, it's not working. But I could do some troubleshooting if I wanted to and try to figure out why this is not working. But that's beyond the scope. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time doing this. So yeah, for anybody who's a business who's thinking about starting their own business, or somebody who, even in your own career, I'm not the best person about writing really long emails. And sometimes clients seem to want emails that have more emotions and niceties in their communication. So I'll give you an example. I have a client that's upset because we missed a project deadline. Where I would normally just, excuse me, where I would normally just tell the client, sorry, we missed the deadline. This is what happened. Um, this is what we're going to do to try to ensure it doesn't happen again. I'm sorry. And it would probably take me all but three sentences to say that. I can ask ChatGPT why. I can ask ChatGPT to write that email. So I'm going to say, tell them why we missed the deadline, what we will do to ensure it doesn't happen again, and then um, express that we apologize, that I apologize. And just like that, ChatGPT is going to take what would normally be a three sentence email from me and turn it into something that sounds a lot better. I am writing to apologize for missing project deadline. There are a few factors that contributed to this, including reason 1 and 2. We understand that missing the deadline has caused frustration and inconvenience for you, and we excuse me, sincerely apologize for this. And then it goes on. So that's another example where I can use ChatGPT for business. Let's switch gears a little bit and say, I need to write a grant for a new study I am conducting on how mindfulness helps individuals progress in their career. Please write the outline for this grant. So let's see, just like that, it's going to give an outline, introduction, which includes progress of the study, background information, research questions, methodology, significance, and then conclusion. Oh, no, not conclusion. So this would be something I'd want to switch. I would, well, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I've never written a grant, so maybe the conclusion goes before budget and references. But similar to what I did for the business plan, and this can go for, the outline for a blog post. This could go for the chapters in a book. One of the ways I like to use ChatGPT is, give me the outline first, and then once you've provided the outline, write a sample for number 1. Here is an example of an introduction section for a grant proposal on the relationship between mindfulness and career progression. And just like that, it started to come up with a rough draft of that grant proposal. And I would just continue to go through each of the sections and it would create me a draft. So this will be the last thing, and I think this video has been long enough. One of the other things I like to do with ChatGPT is, let's say that it provides me this information, but it's not enough. One of the things I can do is I can say, add more. No, actually, I can say, let me do it this way. Let me say, rewrite this, but add more content. I could just say add more, and it would append what it's already provided. But by saying rewrite, it should rewrite everything and provide more information. So here's an expanded version. And so I could have done that with the email. I could have done that with the business plan. I could go back and say, rewrite this, but add more content, and then be more specific about the content that I wanted to add. So I'm not going to read this, but you can see that it's starting to, right, this was just 2 paragraphs. Now we have, 4. Now we have 4 paragraphs. I hope this is a benefit to somebody who's, whether you're looking to start your own business or looking to just helpful. I don't want to say shortcuts because that's a bad connotation, but whether you're looking for shortcuts in your career when it comes to writing, or you want to learn something, whether you want to learn to code. The other day I used Python. I was using it to help me understand Python and how to actually scrape a website, which I don't have any experience in doing that. I don't have any experience in Python. And using ChatGPT, I was able to learn enough and ask it enough questions to get the gist of how I would actually scrape, what would go into actually scraping a website. And one of the things I like about when it comes to coding is that many times it'll provide information on why it's telling you that you would program the way you would program. So it's not just going to give you the code and be like, go and run it. If I was to ask it more information about why it's providing me code, or it will actually provide information about why it's providing me code. But if I wanted more information, I could ask it, and it's almost like a tutor where it concerns programming. And I imagine it's a tutor for other things. I'm sure it's not just programming. Imagine if you ask it enough why questions about different concepts, whether that's physics or English, it would probably also provide some additional information. I think I've talked enough, so hopefully this is helpful to somebody.